Hi everyone, I am Veena. Today the topic that I've brought in is on interview and resume making. Now there's a lot of questions that candidates have in their mind with regards to interview, how to appear in interview and how to prepare the resume. In this presentation, I've made an attempt to analyze and look at those points that the candidates have to be mindful of in terms of appearing for interviews and what should be the possible format that they should follow for resume making. Now the essentials element that they need to be mindful of, and these are elements of communication. The reason why I'm emphasizing so much on communication is because as far as your interview is concerned, that's a platform of you communicating with your potential elements. So these are few things that you need to be extremely mindful as far as communicating in your interview is concerned. Point number one here is be clear. Be clear in your thoughts. Be very clear in terms of what you want to communicate. Be concrete. Be very sure of the point that you want to put and be very short in terms of explaining that point. Be coherent. That is being logical. Be confident. Very, very important element for you. Be complete. Do not show the other person that you're not prepared well. So go complete, go prepared for your interviews. Be courteous. As far as communicating or speaking in interviews concerned, be courteous. Listen for understanding when the other person is speaking to you. Don't listen only because you want to listen. Listen to the question that are being put by the employers. Listen to them thoroughly so that you can answer them appropriately. Do not worry. Be confident. Keep your calm, because a lot of time I've seen candidates that they don't listen to the question. Either they are nervous or they are thinking about something else. So never do that, because that really irritates the employer sitting on the other side of the table. Be calm, listen to them. For whatever reason, if you do not understand question, it's absolutely fine. Ask or request them that if they could repeat that question, and that will help you to understand the question then. Then focus and be attentive. So when you are in interview, ensure that all your gadgets in terms of your phone, in terms of your smartwatches, ensure that they are put either on silent mode or they are put off, because the moment if there is any kind of a disturbance that happens, it may help, this can just destroy your focus. Then your emotional awareness and control. So a lot of things may be there in your mind as far as you going and appearing for interview is concerned, but at least for that 20 minutes or 25 minutes when you're sitting before your employer, you have to make yourself emotionally strong and you have to be controlled. And that's one key element, because this is one thing that one would definitely watch out for. Now there are certain do's for communication. Now these are elements which I would think are essential for you when you appear for your interview. What are they? Be active listener. Okay, just don't listen because you are only listening. Be active, listen to understand is the key. Keep yourself calm, listen to what they are telling you and listen to understand. Ask question. That shows that you are proactive. That shows and that acknowledges the fact to the employer that you are understanding what they are saying. So ask question. Be clear. Be clear in what you are saying. Be clear in your thought process. What you require to be clear, think a bit before you speak. Be clear in terms of what you want to present. Never be confused in your ideas. Again, now the idea there is that they will gauge your confidence, and that is something that will happen when you speak with your clarity of thoughts. Provide feedback. You're always expected to provide a feedback. Ask for a feedback, saying, sir, could you please provide your feedback? They feel that yes, the candidate is serious about it. Develop trust. Very, very important. Be present. Be mindful. For those that many time, as far as you are there for your interview, have your mind and heart there. What are don'ts for communication? Now these are certain things that you need to be extremely careful when you go for interviews. What are they? Don't speak before you think. Think before you speak. Very, very important. Don't interrupt others. It irritates the other person. Let the other person complete the question, or let the other person complete the sentence that they want to speak. Once that's complete, then go and ask. Looking at your phone while somebody is talking and there is some messages that you're getting, never do that. as I mentioned earlier, put your phone on silent mode and keep it aside. Keep it in a bag where the phone is not visible. Never do that, because that creates a wrong image to your interviewer. If you are confident, your confidence will speak with your body language. Keep your body language in a way which can clearly tell the other person that you are confident, that you are capable, and that you are prepared for this job. You should never look at things around. Focus on what's happening there. If you were to look at things around, that in a way indicates that you're not confident, that you're not focused, that you're not attentive. Never do that. So these were certain don'ts for your interview. Body language, very, very, very important. As far as your communication is important, don't forget that your body language is equally important. So be very, very mindful in terms of your body language that you have. Your crossed or folded arms, they are defensive. Never keep your hands crossed. Now, adjusting your clothes or adjusting your watch or a jewelry, that shows your nervousness. Don't do that. Finger pointing, that shows aggression. Don't do that. You're kind of nervous, you closing your hand, something like that. Don't do that, because that shows your nervousness. Keep calm. Dress confidently, dress well, wear clothes in which you are confident. Very, very important, because if you are not comfortable, if you're not confident, it will all show up. So do it in a way that you're very comfortable with yourself. Moment you're comfortable with yourself, you will be comfortable with the other person as well. Now, I don't have to tell you the importance of interview. You all know that's your platform. That's your platform that you are communicating with your potential employer. That's a platform that you are using for a potential opportunity that is to come. So be extremely prepared, be extremely time organized and time oriented with regards to your interviews are concerned. Now, there are certain very basic expected questions in interview, and the expectation is that the student should come prepared for that. Let's look at these expected questions. The question number 1 in this case is, tell us something about yourself. Now, this is a very general question which is going to be asked in an interview. Be prepared with the answer that you want to give there. Tell us about your strength. Another question which is expected. Be prepared. Tell us about your weaknesses. Why should we consider hiring you? Why do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself for 5 years from now? What motivates you? What is your salary expectation? What makes you a good team player? Is there anything that you would like to ask me? Now, these are very, very common and a general question that they'll ask you in interview. Go prepared with your answers for these. Now, resume, very, very important, because that's something that they are going to preserve with them. That is something that they will refer when you're not around. Now, that's a very, very important document, because that's something that will speak in your absence. Tried placing a consolidated format that I have personally used for myself for resume. Hope that's helpful. Now, in terms of the format, this is how I have placed the format. So, part 1, you would basically give the snapshot. Part 2, mention about your core competencies. So, basically summary of work that you've done. Part 3, put your key initiatives. Part 4, put your employment scan in terms of where you worked before. Part 5, put your academics. Part 6, honors and award if you've received any. Part 6 then should be your personal details, and then part 8 would be your references if any. I hope this presentation helps you for the purposes of appearing in interview and for the purposes of resume making. If you have any questions or if you have any comments to share, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Thank you so much.